Hey y'all, it's Michael. Yay! I thought I would do a reading catch up as we approach the end of August. So these are the books that I've read and what I'm currently reading and what happened and whatnot since the previous video. Now, I gotta tell y'all about what happened last time since the last video. So first off, let me talk about the books that I did finish. Since the last video, I finally did finish Orbital by Samantha Harvey. All of these books I'm gonna talk more deeply about in my wrap up, so check that out when I upload it. My stance on this book is the same as I mentioned in the previous video. It's basically just vibes. Yeah, there's that. The next one that I did finish was Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Y'all, I enjoyed this. This is an instance where a book I've been seeing so much talked about on the internet. What I would say about this is that I get why people would love the series, but I think this is an instance where it is a book where it's the first of a book, of the series, and I can see it progressing and doing something else. And I say this because this is the same instance when I had my same reaction with Game of Thrones, because the first one, I'm not gonna lie, that first one was shocking, especially towards the end, about what happens to a certain character. And with this one, I was like, oh, I see. Because I feel like this is a book where it really plants the seed on what I can think is going to happen. My favorite aspect of this novel is the description of the skill, and I'm really liking that. Now, I don't know, in that last video, I said, I think this book is about ships. Now, I don't know where I got that from, because there's literally only one ship. There is only one ship in this whole book that he fits the main character encounters. And I was like, okay, did I just make that up out of my mind? Where did I get the book? I must have been hearing maybe something else happens in the future with the rest of the series. But I was just like, okay, so where are the ships? Where are the ships? I'm really excited to continue reading on. Maybe I'll just read one once a month. These are pretty chunky books, but reading it on my Kindle, y'all, it makes it so much easier. I just one of the best investments I've ever purchased. All right, and speaking of my Kindle, I'm still continuously reading The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. I'm reading this to get ready to read Huckleberry Finn, to get ready to read James. So there's that. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the as I'm reading this, right, I mentioned before this is a book that I thought I've read a while back, and I really think I did, because as I'm reading it, I was like, oh, I remember all of this. And then there's a part in here where I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I was like, oh my God, I forgot there is a murder. Y'all, there is a murder. And I was like, oh. Yeah, and I'm at the part when I saw Huckleberry Finn pop up, I was like, oh yay. So yeah, this is a book where I really need to have more thoughts about what until towards the final end. But so far, y'all, don't hold me to it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. So some of the other digital books, I am currently still reading Wild Houses by Colin Barrett. Slowly but surely. The writing, I did like it a little bit more, but for me, I think one thing that I am enjoying about this book, because it's like I have a reading stack when I read at night, and this is the book that I always get to at the end. And most of the times, most nights, I don't get to this book at the end at all, because I always have a priority book and then a middle book and then this is the bottom book of the list for my reading wise. And so far it's just okay. But the one thing that I really do enjoy about this is there's this wittiness, there's this banter, there's this pace to it that is really compulsively readable. And while in the previous video I mentioned about how the writing is very subject verb, I'm getting a little bit used to it, and it's not as prevalent as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I was also started to read physically the books from the Man Booker, and the one that I did get started on was My Friends by Hisham Matar. Now you're probably wondering, Michael, why do you have a picture right here instead of the actual book? Okay, so y'all, the book was overdue. And when I say overdue, I was like, oh my God, I forgot. Yo, it was overdue, like for real overdue. So I brought it back to actually another book. Was The Enlightenment was also overdue. I know. Please, y'all. My library doesn't have fines, so thank God for that. But I felt really bad because I know someone wants to read this book, and so since it was overdue, I know someone put a hold on it, and I was like, slowly backing up. But I did return it, and so I put a pause on that book. Now I started it, and so far I was enjoying it. But again, y'all, I don't know what it is, but none of these Man Booker prizes nominated books are giving me that like, oh my gosh, read it. You need to read it. Like, it's not giving me that. But like when I was reading The Assassin's Apprentice, it was giving me that vibe. Like, oh my God, read. These books so far, like these 3 books from the Man Booker that I'm reading from it, it's not giving me that vibe. Like, it's not giving me that, ooh, you need to read it. Like, it's just not. Unfortunately for me. So I do still have Knockouts. I think I might read that next. I'll see. But I also was able to pick up a book from the library because I was like, sure, why not? I was there already. And it is on the Man Booker. And it's this. It is The Safekeep by Yael van der Wooden. We'll see. This one is pretty short. It is, it's under 300 pages. Oh, we'll see. This might be the next. Oh, the end paper. Ooh, the end paper is pretty. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But I think that is one of the things that's kind of disappointing for me, I guess you could say, with the Man Booker, is that it's really not like, wow. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep it going, y'all. I'm gonna keep it going. But I really do want to read the next book in the Farseer trilogy. That's like, I'm really excited for next month. I meant for these videos to be like weekly, but problem is, I'm just giving y'all excuses at this point. I know. So yeah, there's that. All right. Yeah, let me know what you're reading. Until then, I'll see you guys till next time. Bye.